his third save of the day now.
Yeah, Miller coming out of the gates very hot here, seeing some shots early from this Montana State offense, but it was Boardman, the attackman down low for Metro State, who put up the first point of the game.
Wiederanders has the ball at top, and he's going to feed Galbraith. Galbraith takes a long pole, works his way to the inside, and kicks it down to Boardman. Boardman with the skip pass across, and the shot's taken by Coppage on the far side. I think we've seen so many names and numbers in the last 2 days, it's going to take a minute or two to get warmed up to the rosters.
We've narrowed it down after the games yesterday. Metro State taking down Colorado School of Mines decisively, 19-3. And then on the other side of things, Montana State wearing down a depleted Fort Lewis roster, 12-6, is what brought both teams here to the championship.
As you saw on screen, Metro turned the ball over. Montana State has it. Carroll feeds it up top for Bartu, and Bartu will set the offense for the Bobcats. He feeds Rizzolo on the near side, who kicks it back behind the cage to Brown. Brown's going to carry and feed the far side now for Richmond. Richmond pops up top for Jack Pugh. Jack Pugh, the spork of this team, does it all. Takes face-offs, plays two ways. Carroll with the shot. It goes wide of the cage.
Jack Pugh came out of the gates firing yesterday, scored 2 goals in the first half, but was very quiet during that stretch yesterday against Fort Lewis, where the Montana State offense went pretty much silent. You saw other guys such as Kelly Carroll stepping up, who has the ball right now, but Pugh has the ability. You can tell he has the talent to take this game over. It seems a little hesitant.
There's a shot by Pugh. It goes wide of the cage to the near side. Guess I'm the only pansy in the booth right now. Max and JP are going with shirt sleeves.
Had a lot of practice yesterday.
Montana State has 6 shots so far here in the first quarter, 3 of them by Carroll. Look for Carroll to get involved in this one. He's got a nice matchup right now. He dodges down the near side, feeds it to Brown. Brown's picked up defensively by Collison, so he'll kick it over to Rizzolo and get the ball back. Brown comes just behind goal line extended. He'll dodge the crease on the near side. Nice job defensively there by Collison. He kicks it up top for Carroll now. Carroll's going to feed up top for Pugh and get the ball back. Montana State's going to be real patient with possessions today. They'll be looking for high-quality shots. They're not so concerned about pace of play as they are about making every shot count. Turnover from Montana State. Galbraith snagging that pass right out of thin air. And carrying it across midfield is Wiederanders for Metro State. Inside 7.5 to play. First quarter. It's Metro State 1, Montana State nothing. Ball at the top with Wiederanders.
Is it up, goalie?
Metro will set the offense up top with Larson.
Sorry, Dan. Talking with Coach Dan Hunter before the game, I asked him, yesterday, Mitch Larson, you spoke so highly of him, and he's a great player, but we didn't see a lot of him, a lot of attacking the cage against Colorado School Mines. Will we see that today? He said Mitch is one of those guys who knows when to show up. He did the same thing when the team played Great Falls before their win against Montana State. We should expect to see the same today.
Shot from the far side. Came off of the cross of Gonzalez, Justin Gonzalez, whose brother will play in the next game. Jake plays for the University of Colorado, and the save was made by Colesworthy. Bobcats work the clear, and on the near side wing, it's Rizzolo. He's going to carry behind to X and all the way to the far side of the field, feeding Richmond. Richmond pops it up top for Rubenstein. Jake Gonzalez was the Division II RMLC Player of the Year.
Could potentially be a great day for the Gonzalez family, as both of them have an opportunity to walk away conference champs, and Jake was our player of the game yesterday in CU's big win over Colorado State. Justin, an honorable mention, too. I believe he had a hat trick yesterday against School of Mines. Alex Brown with the ball, trying to work his way up against his defender. Goal line extended. He'll kick it up top. Page can't handle the loose ball down on the turf. Metro still working to pick it up. Finally with it is Wiederanders.
Wiederanders will carry across the midfield stripe. Pugh will be on him. Wiederanders gets the touch. Feeds to Boardman. Boardman pulls it out. He's got Greener on him. My apologies yesterday. I spent much of yesterday calling Greener Greenlee. He is actually indeed Greener. Ball's worked all the way to the top for Metro. Gonzalez with it. Ball gets kicked to Anthony Sanfilippo. He had himself a game yesterday. He was named our player of the game. 5 goals and an assist. Ball comes loose near side. Webb scoops it up for Metro. He feeds the top of the box for Larson, and Larson kicks it up for Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to dodge from the top, cuts to the right, carries it down the alley, takes the shot. That one rings off the crossbar, and it's coming right at our table. Out of bounds. 4 minutes, 39 seconds. Referees are sorting it out. Offsides on White.
That one called on Lewis Richmond as he was going for the loose ball.
He came offsides to do it. That's not legal.
I'll take credit for that quick restart, by the way.
That was pretty impressive.
Still have the kick save in me here.
Boardman has the ball in the near side corner for Metro. Here comes the restart. Ball gets kicked up top on the restart for Webb. Webb's going to feed it to Larson, and Larson will carry far side, giving the ball up to Coppage. Coppage kicks to Sanfilippo, and the ball's worked its way all the way around now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks to go one-on-one with Pugh. Feeds across the field for Coppage. Gets it back, fires one, scores, and Metro's up 2-0.
It started off as a great defensive play by Jack Pugh, bodying up a big guy like Justin Gonzalez. You know, he could have had a goal earlier. His first shot was off the pipe. Great play by Gonzalez.
Timeout on the field, 2-0. Metro leads Montana State in the RMLC Division II Championship, presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Goss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept, but they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. In team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
Coach Fields, Scott Fields here over on the other sideline. Coach Kelly just really had to emphasize communication. Really quiet here for Montana State. Communication being a key, shot selection for the offense. But with that, back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Scott. We appreciate that from the other sideline. It's nice to have somebody over there. It gives us a little bit of insight. We welcome Scott Fields to our broadcast team today. Metro State wins the face-off, and it's kicked down low. Boardman has it in the near side corner. Boardman's just going to walk it up to the near side wing. I overheard Metro State in their huddle, and the prevalent message over there was they can't stop us. They're feeling pretty confident right now.
As they should. I mean, putting up 2 goals early against a tough Montana State team something to hang your hat on. I mean, these guys pulled out the win earlier this season in a similar game weather-wise, when a lot of, the majority of us who follow this league and this game would see Montana State beating a team like Metro. So these guys are coming out firing, and Montana State looking for revenge. So far, they're not seeing it.
Turnover Roadrunners. It's Montana State ball, and Pugh's going to carry it across midfield for the Bobcats. Pugh, stutter step, takes it inside, fires the shot. That rings off the crossbar, bounces high into the air, and it's backed up by Rizzolo.
Coach Kelly preaching shot selection right there. High-to-high lefty shot from Jack Pugh. You got to put that one on the turf.
Brown is going to dodge from X. He's being manhandled there by Collison. Rolls back and is going to feed the ball goal line extended for Rizzolo. Rizzolo with his head on a swivel tries to kick it inside to Richmond. We've got a moving screen, and it's going to be Metro ball.
Alex Brown for Montana State with a very different matchup yesterday.
That shot goes wide off the cross of Wiederanders.
But yesterday he had a short stick D-Mitty marking up on him pretty much the entire game, which allowed him to move and get his hands free, keep his eyes upfield, and look for the assist. Today, he's got your traditional long pole on, so it's going to be a much different game for Alex Brown at the attack unit.
Ball gets worked up top for Colton Webb. Webb is going to dodge to the right side of the top of the box and feed it back to Larson. Larson spins near side, fires the shot, left-handed over the top of the crossbar. Backed up there by San Filippo. Metro retains possession. They've got a 2-0 lead with 1:55 left to go in period number 1. This is the RMLC Division II championship game. These same two met last year. Montana State advancing to the national championship tournament in Irvine, California. That tournament will start the Monday after Mother's Day, May 15th, I believe that is. An automatic berth at stake here in the RMLC D2 Championship. Gonzalez with the ball up top, marked up defensively by Schwal. Stutter step for Gonzalez to the middle of the field. He feeds far side for Coppage. Coppage fires one on cage. Colesworthy makes the save. Colesworthy with the outlet pass, throws it away. It's going to be scooped up by the Roadrunners. That's Legaretta with it. 14 shots for Metro here early on, doubling up the shot total for the Bobcats.
Getting some quality look, too, even on that last shot from Coppage. He had Mitch Larson hanging out in the middle there. Had a couple of defenders who could have collapsed on him, so Coppage decides to hang on and take an outside shot. But nevertheless, Metro moving the ball really well, finding open spaces in this defense.
Boardman near side kicks it up top for Webb, who feeds it further along for Legaretta. Legaretta kicks it far side through Larson, down low for Coppage. Coppage is going to dodge goal line extended. Rolls about 3 yards above and feeds the ball to Larson. That shot goes wide of the cage. It's backed up near side by Boardman. 35 seconds to go. Period number 1. It's 2-0. Metro State, again, we apologize for the delay getting on air. I understand we're still working out a few technical kinks. We're glad you could be with us here today. San Filippo backs down the crease, fires one underhanded with the backhand. Really didn't have the angle there. Rockets out of bounds. 2-0. Still, Metro retains possession of the ball. Legaretta near side, dodges down the alley, takes the shot. That one goes wide of the cage, out of bounds. We're going to give that back up to Coppage.
Key matchup to watch here is going to be the freshman defender Keaton Buckingham going up against Anthony Sanfilippo. Won that last matchup as Sanfilippo really had no angle on the net.
Coppage feeds the top for Webb. Webb wires one home with 2 seconds left of the period, and Metro takes a 3-0 lead.
2 seconds left. I mean, these guys are just fired up. You look at the players on the field. You look at that celebration there by Colton Webb, and you look at his sideline. I mean, these guys came ready to play. They knew Montana State was going to come in here with a chip on their shoulder, but they also know that they have what it takes to beat these guys, and right now they're firing on all cylinders.
That's the end of the first period of play. 3-0. The Roadrunners on top of the Bobcats. This is the RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers, but our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight.
Metro with the win over Colorado Mines. In Boulder, Colorado, the weather is lightening up a little bit, Max, and Metro State is not. They have a 3-0 lead here at the end of one, and it's really been all Metro.
Balmy day after the kind of weather that we had yesterday. Surprised to see that Montana State came out to such a slow start, but a lot of that is credit to the Metro State defense. I mean, you'd have to say that's the pride of this squad. They put up 19 goals yesterday, so obviously they have the firepower, but when you have guys like Galbraith, when you have Jake Miller between the pipes, like the save that you see right there.
By Miller right there. Miller out of Columbine High School playing huge for Metro. Referees are going to give the ball back to Montana State.
If you don't allow Montana State to get into that rhythm offensively, it really throws off their game. You saw it even yesterday against Fort Lewis. They got into that rhythm, they built that early lead, and then they lost it. If you don't even give them the opportunity to get their sticks warm and to get that chemistry going, they're going to have to come up with something on the offensive side, or else Metro's going to run away with it.
Ball worked up top for Page. He's going to feed it behind the cage for Brown, and Brown's going to bring it near side, just above goal line extended, and kick it to Carroll. Carroll dodges the left alley, rolls back to the middle of the field. He's being held up there by Legarreta. Nice job by Adam Legarreta. Carroll pulls it all the way back out up top and feeds Bartu on the near side. I love Bartu's mane. He's got a head of hair coming out of that bucket. The ball works through Brown behind the cage to Richmond and over to Rizzolo. Rizzolo picked up by Legarreta now is going to come above goal line extended on the near side, kick back and go behind the cage, circling the crease. Richmond rolls, feeds it all the way up top for Page. Page on the dodge, works it behind the cage to Brown. Brown's going to carry to the far side corner. He's got Collison in tow, so kicks it all the way up top. Here comes Carroll. Stutter step and a roll to the far side. Nice defense there by Lopez. Shot goes wide. Richmond scoops it up. Keeps the ball in play and feeds it to Brown.
The Bobcats still have the matchup behind the cage with Legarreta on Rizzolo. They tried it once before, but Legarreta hung up, guarding an attackman.
Rizzolo feeds Richmond. And there's a goal for the Bobcats. Credit that one to Richmond, and it's 3-1. Page. Here's Bartu. I thought it was Richmond down there. I only saw the one.
Bartu with a beautiful cut, and then the quick stick finish, and then the feed was absolutely on point from Lewis Richmond.
12:47 left to go in the first half. It is Montana State and Metro State, the Division II championship in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference. Face-off win gives the huge hit in the middle of the field, and the flag comes flying out. It took a second for that flag to fly, but it came. We've got a timeout on the field.
They must be calling that an illegal body check. It might have been a little bit too high because it didn't seem like the Bobcat defender took more than 5 steps. I mean, it was just outside the face-off X as he's trying to scoop up the loose ball. Two minutes non-releasable going to David Rizzolo for an illegal body check to the head. That is a stiff penalty. I didn't think that there was any kind of malintent behind that hit. It looked like he was just going to dislodge the ball. Referees thought otherwise. Metro up for 2 minutes non-releasable.
So Metro's got the ball. Larson's going to restart from the top. It's 3-1. That was a huge hit. I'm not a proponent of an illegal hit when the ref felt that it was illegal, but I am a proponent of a big hit in lacrosse.
The 2 minute factor.
Save made by Colesworthy on the shot by Webb.
And that's referee discretion right there, is the 2 minute non-releasable aspect of it.
There's a shot from the top. Colesworthy makes the save, scoops up the ball, and Montana State will head the other way. Man down. Our referees today, speaking of officials, are Dennis Wanzer, Nate Rinfret, and Dave Malmquist. There's a goal. Credit that one to Coppage. And it's now 4-1 Metro.
And the penalty will stick. Rizzolo keeps the knee down in the sin bin. Tough for Colesworthy, who makes 2 saves on the extra man unit for Metro. Gets the clear pass over to his defender, Keaton Buckingham, and Buckingham just unable to handle that clear pass. Down a man, you're going to have 2 defenders on you instantly. And Metro able to capitalize off the loose ball.
So back to the X we go, where Metro has a 1 face-off advantage at 3-2. That's not right, because we've got 7 face-offs so far. We'll get a new calculation. That's going to be a face-off win for Hunter. Hunter carries it across the midfield stripe into the box for Montana State. Bobcats trailing 4-1 here in the second quarter. Roadrunners looking for revenge from last year's defeat. It kept them out of the national dance. Ball works near side. Pugh. Pugh's going to settle in at the top of the box, right in front of our broadcast perch.
Just going to drain the clock on this one, try and get his attackman Rizzolo back on the field.
Here comes the double team. Pugh dances around. Now he's got the double team beat, coming around the near side. Legaretta chasing, as is Wiederanders. Feed comes to Brown, and it's Brown's turn to get chased around a little bit. It's kind of like Duck, Duck, Goose, that game we used to play when we were kids. You got touched, now you got to run around.
and you see Jack Pugh handling the ball and outrunning that double team. When you see that guy get on his horse, he's got some wheels. Just kind of an interesting style of play when he's dodging. It doesn't look like he's going full speed. But when he has to chase down a loose ball or get rid of a double team, I mean, the kid has some wheels.
Yeah, deceptive speed is what he's got. Feed to the inside. Brown bounces one off the pipe. Carroll scoops it up, sends one wide. It's going to be gobbled up by Miller, and Miller will send it the other direction. Legaretta will work the clear for the Roadrunners. Legaretta dances at midfield, beats Rizzolo, and gets it across the midfield stripe.
Rizzolo back on the field, so penalty is released. Montana State minimizing the damage, only allowing one goal before their attacker gets back on the field.
Timeout Roadrunners, 4-1. They lead this one. The RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
I was sinking deep under me.
It's the best smoke show in Denver. GQ Barbecue is Colorado's premier competitive barbecue team, and now you can experience their championship-winning flavors. Fire, smoke, and time, combined with the finest quality meats, best seasonings, and freshest ingredients, make for the best barbecue around. Stop in for our championship-winning brisket, ribs, wings, and sausage, or have us cater your next event. Eat championship barbecue every day at GQ Barbecue.
Just coming out of that huddle with Metro State, and the big focus of Coach Hunter will really just to be patient for these guys. Let these opportunities come to them, take their time, and take it quarter by quarter. Really main focus, keep up their intensity. Back to you guys in the booth.
Appreciate that, Scott. We're back after the timeout. Metro State up 4-1 on the top seed Montana State Bobcats. They hang on to the ball after that timeout. Sam Filippo with it now. Gets a step on his defender. Nice kick save by Kowaleski. Sam Filippo hits the turf in the crease, and they'll call it a loose ball push. Or excuse me, player in the crease. So they'll call Sam Filippo for stepping in.
Who is Kowaleski?
Colesworthy is what I was looking for.
It's okay. We're all guilty of it. Kowaleski's a reporter on Channel 7. Maybe you've been watching too much
I knew
TV.
I had that name from somewhere.
Goldsworthy's the one down there between the pipes, and Montana State has the ball after San Filippo stepped into the crease. It's behind the cage now for Richmond. Richmond's picked up by Galbraith. Galbraith is our Division II Player of the Year in the RMLC, and there's no doubt why. The kid's an athlete and plays very good with that long pole. Ball's worked to Bartu on the far side wing. He'll kick it up to Carroll. Montana State looking to climb back into this win before halftime. Big a hit on the inside. Play on is called by the official on the near side. And the pass intended for Galbraith. What an effort by Galbraith on the near side, even though he couldn't get there. Sure hope we have that one on film.
Yeah, you talk about deceptive speed. Galbraith is definitely one of those guys. I mean, you look at his stature, you wouldn't even think he would have gotten that close to the ball as it flew out of bounds.
Yeah, if he damn near got that 6-foot pole on it. Turnover Bobcats. Ball's going the other way. Wiederanders has it for Metro. He's on his horse and works it down into the box. Gets the touch. He's going to head toward the cage. Feed the top for Davis. Davis, shot, score! Roadrunners are on fire, folks. There's no Wiley E. Coyote here.
Davis much more on point today than what we saw yesterday. I believe that was his first shot on the day, so he's shooting at 100%. Took a lot of shots from the far side wing from what we saw yesterday. This time finds himself open in the center of the field and buries it near side just by the knee of Colesworth.
Nice shot by Davis. That was substantially better than what we saw out of Davis yesterday. Took that extra step down this time and put it in the back of the net. 5-1 Roadrunners with 8:04 to play in the first half. Face-off was pushed out by the Bobcats. That was Hunter, but it was scooped up by Montana State. Fed to Richmond by accident. Who buries it?
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Miller was out of his cage at that point.
I mean, you see Metro trying to get rid of the double team there. Great ride by Montana State. That's literally the best possible scenario that they could have come up with. Alex Brown with the empty netter. But yeah, the question is, A, why is Jake Miller out of the cage? And B, what did we see there throwing the ball into the center of the field?
A nice job by Richmond. Face-off win for Metro. Our score is 5-2. The Roadrunners take a timeout with 7:45 to play here in the second period of the RMLC championship game, presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out laxtastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
The specialists at Highlands Ranch Glass have one goal: to offer you the most professional commercial and residential glass services in the metro area. Our expert glass services include shower enclosures, window glass repair, and commercial storefronts. Our Glassworks operation allows us to customize any job for the perfect glass solution. We've been providing high-quality glass services in the metro area for over 60 years. Highlands Ranch Glass offers a clear difference. Call us today and see for yourself.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
Welcome back, everybody.
Scott Fields reporting here again from the sideline. Coming out of that timeout for the Bobcats, their big focus for Coach Kelly and the whole team is really to work on their team defense. Those first slides are there, but there's 2s and 3s, a lot of lack of communication and the intensity from the team as a whole. So hopefully they'll come out here, pick that up here, finish off this first half. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thank you, Scott. Ball near side. Legaretta feeds across for Coppage. Coppage picks up the hard right of Greener. Ball ends up out of bounds, far side, and it'll belong to Montana State. Greener will restart for the Bobcats. They trail 5-2. They're climbing back in slowly but surely, thanks to the assist by Collison on that last goal for the Bobcats.
Yeah, despite being, lack of communication and maybe not being on the same page, Metro State just gave them a gimme right there with that open netter, and they have the ball back on offense after the Metro turnover.
Ball worked to the top, shot to the near side, and hugging the pipe was Miller. Nice job there by the goaltender Miller. Now he circles the cage, rolls one near side for Collison, who can't control. It's just like baseball, guys. That's one of those you got to put the body in front of it, not stick your glove out next to you.
Yeah, you can see some frustration from the Metro defense on that last goal. You saw Galbraith, very heated with his fellow line mate Collison, and then just there, Jake Miller showing some frustration on the failed clear.
Ball work near side, just at goal line extended for Page, who kicks it all the way up top for Richmond. Richmond's going to carry all the way around. Nice pick there by Pugh, and a great job of standing still. Richmond gets to the inside, fires one on Cage, ends up in the crease, and it's Metro State ball. Legaretta's going to start it up for the Roadrunners. Kick it back to Miller, and Miller walks it up the field for Metro. That's what I mean by putting the body in front of it. That was a great job there by Lopez. Lopez feeds Coppage near side, goal line extended. He's picked up defensively there by Stanley from Montana State. Feeds to Boardman, who kicks it up top for Wiederanders. What's with all these hyphenated names and long names, Max?
Just try not to make things too easy for us, Dan.
I remember Bob Costas telling the story of the first hockey game he called, and he gave everybody the last name of Smith or Jones. And it just simplified the process for him because the names were so long and complicated.
I don't know if we'll have to go that route just yet.
The ball works far side. Metro State has it. Sweeping across the top is Gonzalez. His shot goes wide. Boardman's there for the backup. So used to Gonzalez wearing number 10. There's a bouncer from the top from Larson, and Metro gets one back and makes it 6-2.
Vocal leader and captain of this team, Mitch Larson, a huge component on both sides of the ball. Finally able to connect on an outside shot. He had that one previously that went wide of the cage. And a nice bouncer goes between the legs of Colesworthy.
Timeout Bobcats. They trail 6-2, 4:54 to play in the second period. This is the RMLC Division II championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Goss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers. But our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
Welcome back, everybody. Dan Matthews, Max Frater, and Scott Fields with you here. It's the RMLC Division II Championship, and right now it's all Metro State. They lead 6-2, and we're back at the face-off X. That was a nice pull on the face-off by Hunter. Feeds it back to his wing, Schwal, and Schwal carries into the offensive zone. Picked up by Wiederanders on the far side. Montana State will make their substitutions. Coach Chris Kelly has a lot to talk about at half. Ball works near side for Brown, and Brown is going to kick it up top for Carroll. Feeds Page. Page has great speed. Makes it down that right side, takes the shot. It's wide of the cage. Brown's going to be there for the backup. Still experiencing some flurries, but nothing like what we experienced last night for Colorado State. Brown carries down goal line extended, circles around the crease to the far side. Taken away by Collison. Collison feeds the middle of the field. Wiederanders with the carry across the midfield stripe. He works it into the box for the Roadrunners. Ball works to the top. Near side for Gonzalez. Offensive Player of the Year in Division II is Bo Exton. Plays at the University of Colorado or CU Denver. CU Denver, a new program here in the RMLC. A program that I think will build fairly quickly.
Certainly doesn't hurt when you have the Offensive Player of the Year in the RMLC Division II. Outside shot from Justin Gonzalez, going to go wide of the cage. Boardman there for the backup. 2:59 remaining here in the first half. Metro trying to build on a 6-2 lead over the Bobcats.
Ball gets worked to the top. There's a goal on the far side for Larson.
Back-to-back for the captain, Mitch Larson, starting to heat up there. I mean, the offensive middies for Metro have really been the catalyst so far. Everything coming from that first line there of Webb, Mitch Larson, and Justin Gonzalez. Haven't even seen a whole lot from Sanfilippo yet, which is a scary thought if you're the likes of Montana State, an attackman who had 5 goals yesterday against Colorado School of Mines. Back at the X, it's going to be Hunter who wins the draw clean, works it down the left alley. Picked up by Joey Hunt-Lee, long stick midi. Hunter gets a touch. Waiting for his offensive personnel to come on. Tries to get it over to Jack Pugh. Ball hits the turf, though, scooped up by Boardman. He's going to try and push the ball in transition. Hits the turf as they try to get it to Josh Davis. Quick turnover for Metro. Pugh finally with the ball in his cross. Steps over midfield. Gets a touch inside. We'll work immediately on the Dodge lefty. Shot goes way wide of the cage. Looks like he lost a handle on that one. But Rizzolo there for the backup.
And this is exactly why you're here, Max, because you can do play-by-play when I have to step aside.
Multi-dimensional, just like some of these guys out on the field.
Yeah.
Can handle a couple of different tasks.
Pugh has the ball up top. Feeds it over to Page and gets it back. 7-2 Metro. It's really been a game dominated by the Roadrunners. Montana State really looking, in my opinion, out of sorts. Ball gets fed behind the cage. That's Carroll. Carroll's going to dodge from the far side corner. Spin, take the shot. Easy save for Miller. And maybe Metro State is the cream of the RMLC. They're going to have to prove it for another half. But right now, Galbraith is on his horse, carrying it down the field and into the box. Switches to his left, comes back right, rolls to the inside, and he's just kind of toying with the Montana State defense. Pulls back out, gives himself time and room, takes the shot and goes wide. The back up there for Boardman.
Very confident ball handler in Galbraith. Something that you love to have if you're a goaltender like Miller. Get the ball into his stick. He's the one-man clearing machine. Gets a touch inside the box and not afraid to back down a defender and open things up, wait for his offensive personnel to get on the field.
Ball at the top of the box. 45 seconds here to go here in the first half. Boardman dodges from X, takes the shot. The save is made by Colesworthy. He smothers it, and he'll start to send it the other way. Feeds the far side for Greener. Greener can't field it cleanly, but scoops up the loose ball. Carries it up the far side of the field with the feed into the middle for Pugh. Pugh is on his horse, heading into the offensive zone. Carries down the right alley, fires one. Ball goes wide of the cage. 19 seconds left to go first half. Rizzolo with the restart. We've got a timeout on the field for the Bobcats. 7-2 our score in the RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
John Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
I was sinking deep underneath.
19 seconds left to go. First half. Metro State 7, Montana State 2. Rizzolo has the ball behind the cage, near side. Brings it up above goal line extended. Feeds it all the way to the top for Pugh. Nice job with the body there by Jack Pugh. He steps down, fakes the shot, tries to beat Legarreta. Nice recovery by Legarreta. Pugh feeds one in on the goaltender, Miller. And Miller launches it the length of the field to end the first half. And Max, it was really a first half dominated by Metro State.
Surprising, really. I mean, the feedback that we got regarding the first game between these two was, Montana State came out slow. They weren't prepared for this game. Metro State caught them off guard. There's none of that on a day like today. In the conference championship game, Montana State came into this game with a chip on their shoulder, knowing that they needed to get revenge against this team, prove themselves that the first game was a fluke, and then get the automatic bid into the MCLA tournament. And it's been even worse than the game went a couple of weeks ago at a 7-2 mark right now. I mean, Metro State defensively has completely shut down the Bobcats, with the exception of that gimme goal on the break is what's led to this.
Let's head down to the sidelines, and right now, Scott Fields is with Metro State head coach Daniel Hunter. Okay, guys, we're not, unfortunately, getting Scott Fields down on the sideline. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a few minutes here. We've got some weather-related technical issues we want to work out, get everything back up. We'll rejoin this game at the start of the second half. This is the RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems. Okay, folks, we're back, ready for the second half. It's 7-2 Metro with the lead over Montana State. We're still working on some of those technical issues. We'll get it resolved just as soon as we can, but we appreciate you tuning in here this afternoon. I'm Dan Matthews. He's Max Frater. The other guy on the other side of the field is Scott Fields.
Biggest news coming out of halftime from Scott is that the junior Fogo for Metro State, Tristan
Darnell?
Tristan Darnell is out for the game. Looks like he might have dislocated his shoulder on that hit that drew the 2-minute penalty.
Okay, so my question is, if he dislocated his shoulder on the 2-minute penalty, how was it contact to the head?
Very true. I think it was just, illegal body check. Not sure why. It could have been just the impact, connected their two heads because Rizzolo was coming out of the substitution box pretty hot. But maybe contact to the head was the wrong call.
Wiederanders throws the ball away for Metro, and it's going to belong to Montana State. Just underway here in the second half, the RMLC Division II Championship game. We've got this going on a number of networks, and folks, we got to thank you. We've really got to thank you because 20,000 of you tuned in to watch yesterday as we brought 4 games to you. We're hoping for 10 to 20 today. We owe it all to you, and we're glad we could be here for you. Ball's kicked to Rizzolo, near side wing. Rizzolo's going to feed it down low for Brown. Brown works it to X for Carroll. Carroll gets just above goal line extended and works the ball over to the near side. Ball works near side. On the restart, Brown kicks it up top. Pugh has it. Tries to feed the middle of the field. Nice ball drop in the middle of the field. Nice defense there by Legarreta. Legarreta scoops it up and feeds Coppage. Ball works to the top now.
Honestly, Dan, I think the Montana State offense is stuck. I think the majority of their offense is generated through their 3 middies up top who are big cannon, high velocity shooters. And with Jake Miller seeing the ball as well as he has over the last couple days, it's really thrown them off. They're going to have to start creating some more inside, closer shots from that attack unit.
Ball works to the near side, kick to the middle of the field. That's looking like a potential turnover for Metro State, and it is. Ball is scooped up by Pugh. Pugh does a great job with his off-ball movement to get to loose balls. Fed, near side. There's a bouncer. Save made by Miller. Ball gets carried across midfield by Wiederanders. He feeds near side Davis. Davis' shot goes high over the crossbar, out of bounds. There for the backup is Boardman.
There's that shot we were seeing all day yesterday from Josh Davis. That one just half an inch over the crossbar. Very close.
Lowe works the ball far side. Coppage shot. That one doesn't get through. Nice job defensively by Montana State. There's a chase. Coppage can't scoop it up, but it's picked up behind the cage by Stanley for Montana State. You know who I don't see out there right now is Sanfilippo. He's on the sidelines right now. There's a shot by Greener. That one goes wide of the cage, and it's going to be backed up by Rizzolo.
Sanfilippo, another guy who took a pretty big hit against the Orediggers yesterday, took him out for about half the first quarter. Could be injury related due to that hit.
Rizzolo tries to feed the ball behind the cage, and it's picked off by the goaltender Miller. Worked up the near side. Lopez has it. Lopez spins, feeds the ball back up to the top for Gonzalez. Gonzalez kicks it near side for Boardman. Boardman sets up along goal line extended. Ball gets worked up to the top now. That's Webb feeding Larson coming through the box. Larson's going to step down, work to the inside, feed down low for Coppage. Coppage's shot gets saved by Colesworth. He bounces all the way out to the near side wing. Credit that chase to Montana State. Great hustle on the far sidelines by the Bobcats.
Not sure how they came up with that one, as Chase Larson was clearly the closest player to it as it went out of bounds. Ball saved by the pipe. The save will be awarded to Colesworthy, but Coppage just an inch off from putting that one in the back of the net.
Richmond with the ball just behind goal line extended on the near side. Carries to X. Galbraith in tow. Feeds far side to Brown, who kicks it up top for Carroll. Carroll feeds it to the middle of the field for Pugh. Montana State's got to get the offense rolling and get it rolling in a hurry. Time will get away from him otherwise. Pugh has the ball at the top. He looks down low for Brown at goal line extended, who feeds it behind the cage for Richmond. Richmond comes near side for Carroll, who kicks it up top for Bartu. Carroll near side, works to back his man down, pulls it back out toward the top of the box. Now dodges to the left side, rolls to the inside, takes the shot and scores. Nice look for Carroll.
Carroll just biding his time, dodges down the right alley, doesn't see anything, sweeps back to his left. Looks like he's about to dish it off, and instead gets the turnaround jumper shot. Might have caught Miller off guard there a little bit. I mean, he's been lights out for the last 2 days, and that one beat him six side high. A little bit of life here for Montana State, as we're just about 5 minutes in here in the third quarter. Carroll, a big part of the offense yesterday in their win over Fort Lewis in the semis. Also saw a lot of Rizzolo dishing the ball from behind the cage. Haven't seen any of that today, as it's been Lewis Richmond taking the point at X.
Darnell's was back at the face-off X for Metro. Ball gets thrown away, though it's going to belong to Metro. Stepping across midfield is Larson, and we're back underway. Larson feeds the near side. Ball worked back to the top. Roadrunners with a 7-3 lead. Metro over Montana State. Feed comes near side. There's a shot. Davis and a goal.
What a look from Justin Gonzalez, too. And he was starting to do that yesterday after he scored a couple of goals in a row, was able to keep his eyes up because he drew the attention of the entire defense. This time, lowers his shoulder, puts a nice hit on the Bobcat defender, and then finds a wide open Josh Davis, far side.
So we're going to head back to the face-off X, and it is, in fact, Darnell at the X for Metro. Apparently doing A-OK. It's a good thing to see. Darnell tries to push it forward. Hunter ends up smothering the ball. It comes loose, and it's going to be picked up by Hakeem for Metro. He feeds down low. Coppage works it to Boardman, who kicks it near side for Davis. 8-3, Metro State with the lead. Feed to the middle of the field, gets away, and it's scooped up by Montana State. Heading the other direction for the Bobcats is Collegiate. Collegiate gets manhandled on the near sideline and pushed out of bounds. There's a whistle. The Metro State bench not happy with the call.
Fans looking for a little bit more. They want to push with possession. Referees are just going to award them with the loose ball push.
Bobcat ball. Carroll runs over his defender at midfield, gets the ball across the stripe, and works it into the offensive zone. Here goes Carroll. Carroll taking things into his own hands, fires one on cage, and scores for the Bobcats.
Carroll realizing that his team's in a little bit of a rut here.
Timeout on the field for Metro. 8.5 to play, third quarter, 8-4. Roadrunners with the lead. The Division II championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
I was sinking deep underneath.
The specialists at Highlands Ranch Glass have one goal: to offer you the most professional commercial and residential glass services in the metro area. Our expert glass services include shower enclosures, window glass repair, and commercial storefronts. Our Glassworks operation allows us to customize any job for the perfect glass solution. We've been providing high-quality glass services in the metro area for over 60 years. Highlands Ranch Glass offers a clear difference. Call us today and see for yourself.
Scott Field's back here on the sideline, and obviously we can see Montana State's coming out with a lot more intensity. Coach Kelly's main focus here is to focus on small things, really just work on the team game here and bring it back to where they need to be. Dan and Max, back to you guys.
Quick face-off win for Metro State. The shot on cage by the face-off guy. Darnell is smothered by Colesworthy. We're heading the other direction. Ball fed to Hunter. Hunter gets the touch. Works the ball down low, gets away from his intended target. We've got a 50-50 ground ball in the corner, scooped up by the Bobcats. It gets kicked up to Schwal, and Schwal's going to carry it out of the box and reset the Bobcat offense. 8-4 our score. Metro State with the lead. Schwal feeds the middle of the field. There's a shot for Hunter. That one goes wide of the cage. There on the backup was Richmond. He gets the quick restart, marked up defensively by Galbraith, pulls it out to the far side corner. Wiederanders runs over Rizzolo in the middle of the field. Meanwhile, the ball gets kicked up to Carroll. Carroll rolls to the near side, pulls out. and sets the offense again for Pugh.
Carroll's going to get that early slide every time as he's the hot hand for the Bobcats, which will open up opportunities for other guys in the center of the field to get open.
Zolo feeds inside for Bartu, and the save is made by Miller. Crease violation, Bobcats. Roadrunner ball. There's the restart. Legaretta will get the carry for Metro. He works the ball into the zone and gets the touch. Feeds it down low and gets it back. Legaretta's going to trade places with Larson. Feed the ball for Gonzalez coming through the bench. Ball works near side for Larson. 6:45 to play here in the third quarter. It's 8-4. Metro State with the lead. Ball gets worked down. Shot goes wide of the cage. I think that was aided to the side of the cage by Colesworthy. Montana State and Metro, both 6 shots on off the cross so far today in this third quarter. Ball works to the top for Gonzalez.
Still no Sanfilippo. We see him on the sidelines. He's still geared up, got his helmet on, so it doesn't look like it's any injury. Looks like it was just Coach Hunter's decision to keep Boardman in there.
Ball worked to the top. Larson has it. He's marked up defensively by Deal. Carries all the way to the far side. Now he's going to dodge from the wing. Carries down that far side wing, tries to feed into the middle of the field for Coppage. That gets away. Davis is going to be right here for the scoop. Metro retains possession. Kicked up top for Gonzalez. He comes left. Works to the inside. Nobody can stand in his way, and he scores. A beautiful individual effort by Gonzalez.
In true Gonzalez form, puts the stick in his left hand, has an open shot, but he's not going to take that. Flips it back into his right hand, slips between, I think that was about 3 Bobcat defenders, and gets himself square in front of Colesworthy and buries it over the Bobcat goaltender.
9-4 Metro State with the lead over Montana State. 5:39 to play, third quarter. Dan Matthews, Max Frater, and Scott Fields here with you at Kittredge Field in Boulder, Colorado. It is, in fact, April 29th, folks. It may not feel like it, and it may not look like it, but it is April 29th. And I guess we just had an early spring, and this is somebody's way of getting even with us here in Colorado for all the beautiful weather we've had. Kalezi gets the inside, feeds the ball to Richmond. Richmond kicks it up top. Hunter fires one wide of the cage. Richmond's there for the backup. Picked off pass, getting to the inside is Kalezi and scoring. 8-5. Great job and a great individual effort by Ian Kalezi.
Montana State looking way more comfortable on offense. We spoke with Coach Kelly yesterday about pace of play, and he says, my guys love to run up and down the field. We're going to burn Fort Lewis out with our tempo. Didn't see a whole lot of that yesterday as they only put up 12 goals against a 15-man roster. And we see today they come out with that same kind of deliberate, slow, set 6-on-6 offense, getting absolutely nothing out of it. And here they are pushing the tempo and bringing this game within 4.
And Ian Kalezi is tied to the Colorado program as well. His older brother, AJ, played for Colorado. He was a defensive midfielder. Wiederender has the ball for Metro after the face-off win for the Roadrunners. He's standing near side high at the top of the box and will carry it to the top and feed the ball for Larson in the middle of the field. Larson gives it to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is going to set this Roadrunner offense. Final substitution made. Webb comes through the box. Gonzalez heads toward the cage. We saw him do this just a minute ago. This time he pulls the ball back out and feeds the far side for Webb. Now worked all the way back to the top, near side for Larson, who kicks it near side wing for Davis. Davis feeds Boardman behind the cage. He's picked up defensively by Zalda Petrie. There's a shot on cage, save made by Colesworthy. Bounces out behind the cage, far side. And we've got a 50-50 ground ball behind the cage, scooped up by Metro. Penalty turned over. Ball worked into the middle of the field. Still loose on the turf. Scooped up by Deal, and Deal carries into the offensive zone. Deal gets hit from behind. We're going to call a hold on Metro. Ball stays with Montana State. Bartu has it at the top of the box. He's going to dodge down the near side. Feed inside for Richmond. Richmond spins, takes the shot. It bounces off somebody out in front. Comes out to the near side where Bartu will chase it down. Bartu feeds behind the cage for Brown. We're inside of 4 minutes to play here in period number 3. And it's a 9-5 game with the Roadrunners on top. Feed for Page. Page is going to dodge to the top. Look to take Wieterander to the box. Shot goes wide. It's going to be called a pass. Goes out of bounds. The referees are going to confer on that one. The lead official thinking maybe something different.
After seeing a couple shots from Mitchell Page yesterday, he can put some serious heat on that ball, and based on the way it came out of his stick, it looked like he was trying to feed Rizzolo, but they're going to call it a shot.
So the ball's going to stay with Montana State. Brown has it near side, feeds it up top for Page, who kicks it to the middle of the field for Pugh. Pugh brings the ball to the near side, kicks it down low to Brown at goal line extended. He feeds Rizzolo and gets the ball back. Works to the inside. Richmond, save made by Miller. Pugh's going to chase that ball down here on the near side. Takes the broom ball approach and works it to Bartu in the middle of the field. Bartu will dodge the left alley, work to the inside. Ball comes loose. Trying to scoop it up on the inside was Richmond, and it's going to be Metro State. And the goaltender Miller, who scoops it up instead. Galbraith has the ball in the middle of the field. He's going to feed it up for Collison. Collison kicks it to the middle of the field for Wieterander. Wieterander gets the touch for the Roadrunners. 2:20 to play, first half. Larson with the ball far side. Page is coming off the field. Gonzalez carries to the near side. Stepping onto the field is Rubenstein for the Bobcats. We've got a procedure call on Metro State, playing without the cross, and the ball will belong to Montana State. Well, now it's been reversed. Metro State ball. Gonzalez will start it up top.
Not sure why they reversed that call. I mean, it was pretty clear that Coppage was playing without his stick.
Definitely a fan or two not happy about the call.
Apparently it was a conduct call on Greener as the ball was dead, as he comes in there and strips it. Big hit up against Mitch Larson. Things starting to get a little chippy between the Roadrunners and the Bobcats.
Larson down, Davis down. Pugh takes a knee out of respect for Larson. Sorted out on the field. I want to keep it here right now. And Max, things getting chippy. The teams, I think Montana State, starting to get desperate.
This is it for them. I mean, there's no guarantee that they're going to make it into the MCLA tournament. They did themselves, solid by going out and playing some of the best competition in MCLA D2 out there in Minnesota. Only came away with one win, though, against St. John's. So, I mean, they have a good overall record. They're 10-6 now with the win over Fort Lewis yesterday. But with 2 losses to Metro State on the year, I mean, that could cripple their chances of getting in. It's behind the 8 ball at that point. So it is desperation mode. It's a 4-goal game, so it's by no means over. There's a minute 30 left. You can see the Montana State offense really starting to connect as they push the ball at a quicker tempo. But with the way that Metro State's still playing, I mean, they've got to knock the Roadrunners off their game if they want to tie this thing up.
Yeah, Larson's still down in the middle of the field. Greener comes out to huddle with Rubenstein and Pugh. And right now, I think that, there is a trainer with him. I wasn't certain of that because the trainer's hidden behind the huddle of Montana State Bobcats. Larson's going to walk off under his own power. Good to see. That may be a concussion. We'll have to see.
that win for Montana State was over, at the time, the number 4 team in the nation, St. John's. So it certainly does bolster their resume as the MCLA takes a look at who they want coming into the tournament.
Unfortunately, I think that much like the PCLL in Division One, the RMLC in Division Two is a one-team bid into the national tournament. So I think the winner of this one is the only one that's going to go. Last year might have been the best shot at getting 2 teams into the field. Both Metro and Montana State had spectacular years and played pretty decent competition in the process. Pugh can't come up with the loose ball. Got a minute left here in the third period. 9-5 our score. Carroll has the ball for the Bobcats. Feed far side. Rizzolo couldn't come down with it, so he has to work the ball back up to the top for Pugh. And Montana State has to reset their offense. Pugh fires one to the back of the net. 9-5. Great step down look by Jack Pugh.
That's the Jack Pugh I've been waiting for all game. He's gotten a couple of nice looks on Cage. He's missed wide with the left hand, so clearly stronger with that right hand, and he just muscles that one past Jake Miller.
Here's some car horns going off in the background after that goal scored. And I must say, that's disappointing that Montana State fans would be sitting in their cars watching this game. Yeah, really, it's not that warm in Montana either, folks. So get out here and brave it with the rest of us.
I think they're there for the moral support, just trying to be a little bit louder than the Metro State bench.
So we're back to the face-off X. The Bobcats have pulled within 3. Ball loose on the face-off. Schwal unable to scoop it up. Nice man ball work there by the face-off man Darnell for Metro State. Ball loose in the crease, scooped up by Colesworthy. He's going to send the quick outlet up the middle of the field. And that's going to be Hunter carrying into the offensive zone. He feeds far side for Brown. Brown rolls along GLE. He's got Rizzolo on the far side at GLE. Shot goes wide of the cage with 10 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. It's Metro 9, Montana State 6. Brown with the restart. We're at 6 seconds. Brown gets topside, takes the shot, goes wide of the cage, rolls out of bounds with 2 seconds left in the third. Rizzolo feeds far side. That ball's going to not find its mark in Carroll. And we're going to head to break at the end of 3. It's 9-6. Roadrunners on top of the Bobcats. This is the RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. And team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA, and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West, look good, play better.
I was sinking deep underneath.
The specialists at Highlands Ranch Glass have one goal: to offer you the most professional commercial and residential glass services in the metro area. Our expert glass services include shower enclosures, window glass repair, and commercial storefronts. Our Glassworks operation allows us to customize any job for the perfect glass solution. We've been providing high-quality glass services in the metro area for over 60 years. Highlands Ranch Glass offers a clear difference. Call us today and see for yourself.
Scott Fields back here reporting on the sideline. Just got out of the huddle with Metro State and the Roadrunners, and they just want to finish this game. They want to put it away, and they want to come out fast. They want that intensity back up that they started the game with, and hopefully they can finish it. It looked a little flat there in the third for them, so their goal is just to really pick up that intensity and keep running gun for them. Gentlemen, back to you guys.
Metro State outshot 14-10 and outscored 4-2 in that third period. The intensity is definitely taking a back seat. I see San Filippo back on the field for the Roadrunners. They win the faceoff, and Darnell is now 5 of 7 at the X after going off after that high hit. So obviously Darnell not too affected. Feed to the inside intended for Page. It's away, but right there is Richmond. Richmond has Page on the near side wing. He'll feed the ball to him. And it'll get kicked all the way up top for Pugh. Pugh's going to go one-on-one with Legarreta. Down to the far side wing. Pugh keeps his head on a swivel. Carries down to goal line extended. He'll feed the ball near side for Richmond. Richmond scoops up the low pass and kicks it up top for Page. Page over to bar 2. 9-6 our score. We're 60 seconds into the fourth quarter. Goal line extended. Beats his man. Takes the shot and scores. On the inside by Brown.
No quit attitude from Alex Brown. He runs into a double team of Galbraith and Collison. Collison comes out, has to kind of slough off to avoid the holding call, and that's when Brown pushes in, finds Collison as he's retreating back to the porch trying to find his next man, gets topside on Galbraith and buries one low against Jake Miller. Fantastic effort there by Brown.
It's a 3-goal run by the Bobcats after trailing 9-4. They pulled to within 2, and there's lots of time left in the
Darnell feeling it at the face-off X there. Wins the draw clean, kicks it back to Legarreta. The one-man clearing machine, but he'll pass it up top. Pass mishandled by Hakeem. Hits the turf. Roadrunners will hang on to it. Gets all the way back to Jake Miller.
Miller's outlet finds Collison. Collison runs it into the box and is going to feed for San Filippo. Ball gets worked far side wing. Larson has it. He's going to just walk it up toward the top. Webb's going to kick it on, and it goes back over to Larson. Now it's Metro kind of slowing it down. Larson picked up by Kalezi. Draws the double team, feeds to the inside. Kopich has nowhere to go. Loses the ball, and it's scooped up. Kalezi can't handle the ball. But a nice job there by Zalda Petrie. And he feeds the ball into the offensive zone. Hunter's going to feed Carroll. Montana State can cut the deficit to 1. Looked like it was going to be all Metro in this one. Montana State has clawed their way back. Goes wide of the cage. It's backed up by Richmond.
Bobcats have done an excellent job of shutting down that first line unit of Webb, Larson, and Gonzalez for Metro State. That's where all the offense was coming from in the first half.
Ball gets worked down. Rizzolo, far side. He kicks it to Richmond. Richmond brings it just behind GLE and feeds Carroll at X. Carroll is going to spin.
And that was a huge size mismatch between Carroll and Colton Webb. I mean, Webb got stuck on defense. Carroll a foot on Webb to begin with, let alone the size. Thought he was going to shoot with his right hand, but a nice turnaround and beats Miller.
So we're back at the face-off X. Montana State wins this one. That's Hunter. He carries into the box. He's going to feed the near side wing for Brown, and he'll carry it down to goal line extended, setting the offense from there. We're back. Page beats Legaretta to the far side wing, feeds the ball behind the cage for Richmond. Richmond back up top. Snow starting to fall again here in Boulder. Pugh has the ball at the top of the box. He's going to carry it down the left alley. He loses it just right out of his cross, and it's going to be scooped up by Collison, and Collison will carry across midfield. Great effort by Pugh. Collison just pulled the cross away in the nick of time. Carries all the way down to goal line extended, spins, and feeds the ball to Sanfilippo. Sanfilippo will set the Metro State offense. They only lead by 1 now after having a 5-goal lead not long ago. 10:35 to play. Quarter number 4. It's the RMLC Division II Championship game. I'm so glad we could be here with you. Save made by Colesworthy on the shot way from outside. Got a whistle. And the ball's going to be given. The conduct call is against Metro State. It's going to be Montana State ball.
Yeah, it looks like it was back to back. So Montana State lost it after the save by Colesworthy because of a conduct call, and then immediately after that, Metro gets called for one.
Yeah, back-to-back conduct calls, according to lead referee Dennis Wanzer. Jack Pugh feeds the ball to Page. Page is going to bring it back out of the box, set the offense at the top. 9:50. Page carries the ball to goal line extended, takes the shot, it goes wide. Right there on the backup, that was Richmond. Richmond will restart at the near side corner for the Bobcats. Works down near side. Pugh feeds the ball back to Rizzola. Rizzola works the far side for Brown. And Brown gives it back to Rizzola. Fed up top. Ball gets away. Midfield over and back. The ball will belong to Metro State. Metro State is at the top. Going to go down the near side, picked up there by Stanley. Ball worked back behind the cage for Sanfilippo. Brings it back to Coppage on the near side. Larson. So Larson's okay. He's back on the field. Larson feeds Gonzalez, and Gonzalez carries down to the far side wing, tries to swim to the inside, works the ball up top for Webb. Webb steps down, shoots, and the save is made by Colesworthy. Colesworthy is as hot in the second half as Miller was in the first half.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful look there by Colton Webb. Couldn't ask for more. Dangerous pass by Justin Gonzalez, but high risk.
Pugh shot. Erickson has the ball for Montana State, kicks it over to Richmond, and Richmond's going to feed Rizzolo on the near side wing. Rizzolo carries down to goal line extended. Still snowing here in Boulder. Ball loose behind the cage, scooped up by Galbraith. Galbraith beats one man. He's going to carry up the far side, spins, pops the ball up top for Hakeem. Hakeem can't come down with it, but Webb does. Webb gets the ball across midfield. Feeds the middle of the field for Coppage. He fires one. That ball rings off of both pipes. Goes out of bounds. No, doesn't. It's scooped up by Larson. Larson was caught behind one of the Montana State players out of my line of sight. But a nice effort by Larson on the far side. Gives it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is going to dodge from way up top. Feed to Larson. Larson can't come up with the ball. He's going to get pushed off of it by Greener. Nice job by Greener. And the ball's still loose. On the sideline, right in front of the Montana State bench. Larson loses it again. I'm a coach there, I'm calling myself a timeout. Montana State gets the turnover. Rizzolo gets the touch.
Rizzolo's got to be careful with this possession. He's had back-to-back turnovers for the Bobcats, especially late here in the fourth quarter. Every time you touch the ball, it's a huge opportunity, especially for Montana State to get back into this game. You start to think, too, Dan, how crucial was that goal by Richmond off of the failed clear attempt on the open net?
Oh, yeah.
In a one-goal game right now.
Carroll tries to work topside and feed the ball all the way across. There were two poles in the way, and it's going to be scooped up by Galbraith. Galbraith carries into the offensive zone, swims over the top of Rizzolo, and pulls the ball back out. Galbraith loses control of the ball as he carries to the cage. Scooped up by Colesworthy. Colesworthy works it up for Collegiate. Collegiate across midfield. Collegiate gets the touch. Feeds the ball down low for Richmond. And we've got a timeout. 6 minutes to play exactly here in the fourth quarter. It's Metro State 9, Montana State 8. This is the RMLC Division II Championship game presented by Movement Training Systems.
The team. It teaches us the importance of setting goals, gives us an appreciation of diversity, provides stronger peer relationships and greater self-esteem, and shows the importance of working together. Play It Again Sports has the new and quality used sports and fitness gear for all teams, and we also pay on the spot for your gear from last season. We are on your team. Play It Again Sports, the official sponsor of all those who play.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
It's the best smoke show in Denver. GQ Barbecue is Colorado's premier competitive barbecue team, and now you can experience their championship-winning flavors. Fire, smoke, and time, combined with the finest quality meats, best seasonings, and freshest ingredients, make for the best barbecue around. Stop in for our championship-winning brisket, ribs, wings, and sausage, or have us cater your next event. Eat championship barbecue every day at GQ Barbecue.
Welcome back, everybody. Dan Matthews tossing it to Scott Fields.
Back here on the sideline. And the big note from the huddle here with Coach Kelly. Just trying to keep it light with the players. Every athlete looks for this moment, right? 8-9, a couple minutes left here in the game for Montana State to have somebody step up big. Really keeping it light for them, and hopefully the intensity picks up and they can finish this game strong. All right, gentlemen, hope you're enjoying the booth over there.
Page cuts across the top, rolls all the way back down, behind goal line extended, feeds it up top for Carroll. Carroll bodies his man down, gets his hands free and scores! Montana State on a 5-goal run has tied it up.
Carroll with the Canadian lefty just not giving up, and Metro State letting him have it too. No slide coming up. Hard to call it though, as they had great defensive position on him. Just switching back from left to right, finally makes the move. Stick still in his right hand, and then he just flicks it across his body. Highlight reel goal, and I believe the fourth on the day for Kelly Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll puts this team on his back at times, and what a great job. Carroll came into the tournament with 18 goals. He's got 4 today.
Had himself a hat trick yesterday as well.
He had a hat trick, yeah, exactly. So that's 7. He's got almost as much output. There's a shot. That one goes wide, right off the face-off by Darnell. Sanfilippo's there for the backup. We're tied at 9. Don't go anywhere, folks.
To be honest, I think something is up with Sanfilippo. He has not made a single move to the cage all game. Wasn't there for the backup on Galbraith when he lost the ball on their last possession. Just seems out of sorts as opposed to yesterday when he was completely on point.
Ball work behind the cage to Sanfilippo. He's picked up defensively by Salda Petrie. Works toward goal line extended. Feeds for Webb. Webb shot. Scores. Metro State back up 1. 10-9.
And as soon as I say that, Sanfilippo gets the assist from the goal off the stick of Colton Webb. And Webb has found himself in the right spot a couple of times in this game. Scored, I believe that was his second so far in the contest, but has had a lot of good looks. Has gotten the ball knocked away by Colesworthy on a couple of nice saves. But once again, it's that midfield line. So if it's not Mitch Larson, if it's not Justin Gonzalez, it's Colton Webb. The three of them have to be clicking if Metro State wants to pull this one out. The attack unit is pretty much non-existent today.
That goal by Webb ends a 5-goal run by Montana State. It's 10-9. Metro with the lead. Ball loose. It's going to be scooped by Legaretta. Legaretta loses it as he crosses midfield. It's still loose. Scooped up by Page on the far sideline. Page beats Galbraith. He's going to carry around the cage. That's not Page. That's Rubenstein. Rubenstein carries around the cage to the near side. The goal line extended. Feeds Brown. 4:23 to play here in the fourth quarter. Might we have free lacrosse? We'll find out. Result at X. We'll dodge from there. He's got Brown standing all alone on the near side, back door. Feeds the ball up top. It's Erickson. Erickson's going to give it to Pugh. Pugh's marked up by Webb. Distinct size advantage for Pugh here.
And Webb's had some issues on the defensive end. He's got beaten twice by Carroll and got beat off the split dodge there by Pugh.
Carroll with it. Takes the carry to the near side. He's going to go one-on-one with Legaretta. Down to goal line extended. Spins inside. Can't get the hands free, so he feeds it back up top for Pugh. Pugh with the toe drag. Gets the left hand free. Fires one on cage. Miller makes the save. Galbraith scoops up the laundry and feeds it back to Miller, who will initiate the clear for the Roadrunners. Huntley with the carry across midfield. Feeds for Sanfilippo. That ball goes over and back. No call. Sanfilippo with the carry into the offensive zone.
I believe because there was no touch in the box, therefore they hadn't started that possession on offense. No over and back.
It's Miller's first save of the period. Ball gets work. Coppage scores low to high. 11-9 Metro.
And that's what's going to help the Roadrunners pull away in this game, is any kind of help from their attack. And Coppage had himself a heck of a game yesterday along with Sanfilippo. And he's got a cannon of a shot, a very quick release too. This one releases from about sidearm, raises it up top over the head of Colesworthy.
So we're back at the face-off X. Metro answers the 5-goal run with 2 of their own. Ball is scooped up. No, it's not. Instead, getting run over at midfield was Hunter or Collegiate. Is that Collegiate? That is Collegiate. We've got stoppage of play. It's going to be Metro ball. And a timeout on the field for the Roadrunners. 2:50 to play. Here in the fourth quarter, they lead 11-9. These are the RMLC Division II championships presented by Movement Training Systems.
Ron Bacon, former linebacker at the University of Oregon. There isn't an app out there that takes your data of what you were able to do, define an intensity level, and then interpret that and provide a weight for you for the next set. We're doing things that make football players better power lifters, better direct line sprinters. That's what this is changing. There needs to be an evolution in how we train athletes. This is it.
Tribal West is the first name in lacrosse out west. For more than 15 years, Tribal West has been gearing up beginners to ballers. Our online store is super easy, and we save you time and money. In team stores, let us do your work. Our deals for both men's and women's MCLA teams are flat out lax-tastic. We just made that up. Sublimated unis, made in the USA and delivered on time. Tribal West, proud to be family owned and player operated. Tribal West. Look good, play better.
At 5280 Waste Solutions, your trash is our business. We can handle any size job with our huge variety of roll-offs. We're the leader in commercial disposal with our industrial-sized containers, but our sweet spot is for you do-it-yourselfers and landscapers. Our newest can fits right into your garage. With 5280, you get one price and no hidden fees. When it's time to clean, think green. At 5280, we can't wait to get our hands on your trash.
We're back, everybody. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Metro State answered a 5-goal run with 2 of their own. They have a 2-goal lead as time is winding down here. Montana State will press out defensively. Nice job by Deal on the far side. Larson carries to the middle of the field. That pass gets away, and it's going to be scooped up by Salda Petrie. Salda Petrie fires one across the midfield stripe. Nobody home. Scooped up by Metro. Nice job there by the Roadrunners, and the ball gets fed back to the goaltender Miller. Light snow falling. They're more like wintertime type flakes right now, man.
It's a powder day here in Boulder.
Miller has his pass picked off by Montana State. Bobcats will work the ball into the offensive zone. They trail by 2 with $1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Page gets the feed coming out of the box. Works it down into the offensive zone. Feeds it behind the cage for Rizzola. Rizzola, who's going to feed near side for Brown. Brown picks up a double team. He'll give it back to Rizzola. Back to Brown on the near side wing, who kicks it all the way up top for Pugh. Pugh's going to feed Carroll. Carroll's had the hot hand. He's going to run downhill, down that right side alley. Nice ride there defensively by Huntley for the Roadrunners. Feed inside to Brown. Brown shot gets stuffed by the goaltender Miller, and it's going to be scooped up by Galbraith with 70 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. The Roadrunners could, for all practical purposes, run the clock out.
At this point, you have to go 10-man ride. You've got to pull Colesworthy. If you're Coach Kelly right now, you're down 2 with under a minute. You've got to take some chances. This is your season on the line.
Ball's loose at the top of the box. You've got to know that the Roadrunners can run 30 seconds off the clock without ever getting into the box at the very least. That ball comes up to the top. Legaretta has it. 30 seconds to play. I don't think Montana State can make this one up now. Legaretta pulls out at the top of the box. Feed to the inside. Coppage works it near side. And there's a goal. And that should put the icing on the cake for the Roadrunners. And they will advance to the national championship as the RMLC automatic qualifier.
Tremendous clear there by the Roadrunners, with the Bobcats putting as much pressure as they could on the defensive end. Risky pass to the middle for Joey Huntley, but great handles by the long stick midi. Roadrunners able to get a touch over the midfield line and in for Legaretta, and then the attack unit finishes it off. Boardman with potentially the last goal of the game.
Face-off win for the Roadrunners. Getting manhandled, and that's our first flag in a long, long time. Roadrunners with the ball. Coppage looking to add insult to injury. Takes the shot. Save is made by Colesworthy. If Coppage had just hung onto the ball for 7 more seconds, this would be over and we could be warming up.
Looking to pad the stats a little bit, knowing that his team had the free shot with the flag on the turf. So you've got the opportunity, you might as well take it. EMO unit comes on for Metro State. Justin Gonzalez raising his hands up in triumph.
We need a player of the game, Max. Miller?
Tough to say. I mean, Jake Miller is, especially late in the fourth quarter, came up with some huge saves. I would have no issue with that.
Coppage, though, had 2 goals, 2 assists on 8 shots. I like Miller. I think that his play in the first half makes him our player of the game.
And the last shot from Montana State was a save on the doorstep, a shot from Alex Brown.
9 goals for Montana State, 12 goals, and a trip to Irvine, California for the Metro State Roadrunners. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. We'll be back with the CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center postgame show right after this from our sponsors.
MTS has guided my training since high school. I thought I knew how to run, but after them breaking it down and showing you actually the fundamentals, I could feel myself getting faster after each session. I've had to kind of look in within myself and make it a goal of myself just to become a better athlete, and MTS has helped me get along that way.
And Eric Moss put this team on his back here.
It brings that individual personal training to the team concept. But they're scientific behind it. They are helping athletes become quicker, faster, and stronger.
I was sinking deep underneath.
Your passion is your story. Big Bite tells stories. Your story is your brand. Big Bite builds brands. Your brand is your business. Big Bite. You do you. We'll do the rest.
The postgame is brought to you by CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center in partnership with Boulder Community Health.
Without a doubt, and I mean, all the credit in the world goes to that first line of middies of Justin Gonzalez, Colton Webb, and our captain, number 3, really making the difference out there, scoring the majority of those goals. The attack unit finally able to close things out, and also Jake Miller, in cage. What a phenomenal job he did, especially late there in the fourth quarter, with Montana State tying things up at 9 apiece. Really, pretty much grabbing the momentum away from Metro State as they came out to such a hot start, but Miller able to close the door. The defense does a phenomenal job. You got to give credit to Montana State, too. I mean, this game was out of hand by all intents and purposes for the first 30 minutes. They were able to claw their way back, tie things up at 9 apiece, and, I mean, I think they would have been a great representation in the MCLA tournament as well, but it's the Roadrunners going to Southern Cal.
Yeah, it really is. The Roadrunners celebrating in front of the northernmost goal, and we will have an interview here momentarily with their head coach, as well as our player of the game, the goaltender Miller, who was really spectacular in the first half. Got a little bit rocky for him in the second half with that 5-goal run for Montana State. But when it came time to come up big, Miller was there once again.
Well, when you have the likes of Kelly Carroll and Jack Pugh ripping shots on you, you're only going to get so many of those, especially the way that Kelly Carroll came out in the second half and essentially took over the stalled offense that they had. So, they went on that 5-goal run, and that's the game of lacrosse for you. It's going to be a game of runs, but at the end of the day, Metro was able to keep composed. They were able to hang on to the ball when they needed to, and an excellent job by Jake Miller and the rest of that defense. And they've got a lot of confidence going into the MCLA tournament starting next month. May Madness is here in 2 days.
It most definitely is. Scott Fields is bringing over Jake and Coach as we speak. We're waiting for a microphone to turn on. And Max Rader will interview Jake and Daniel.
With the winning head coach, Dan Hunter, and our player of the game, Jake Miller. Coach, I'll start with you. You guys came out to a very hot start on this Bobcat team that you knew would have a chip on your shoulder. Things kind of slowed down a little bit in the second half. They were able to tie it up at 9 apiece. What did you tell your guys to get momentum back on your side and close this one out?
I actually just shut my mouth. I didn't tell them anything. I left it in their hands, and I figured they know what they needed to do, and they did it. So I couldn't ask for more than what they did.
Talk about that first line of middies. That was really where the offense was created in Larson, in Gonzalez, and in Colton Webb.
Those guys really gelled this last 2 weeks. We threw them in there. We played Montana State 2 weeks ago, and these last 2 weeks of practice, we just started running it as a line. They developed a lot of chemistry together, and it's so good. So,
what does this championship mean to you and your squad?
It's the first championship in Metro State's history. Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference. That's why I wore this. They say destiny is something that you know about yourself that no one else knows yet. I wore this today, knowing that we're going back to California.
Weather will be a little warmer, but I expect you'll be wearing your lucky hoodie out there to California. Congratulations, Jake. Fantastic tournament for you here. Really seeing the ball well in both games. What was your mindset going into this tournament, knowing that you had to come out on top to make it to California?
Just basically play as a team and just let the seniors lead us and do my job, let the defense do their job, and offense going to put them in, so just got to keep them under.
Now, you being between the pipes, you know that lacrosse is a game of runs. Montana State goes on a 5-goal run to tie things up. In your mind, what are you thinking as Montana State gets back into the game?
Nothing. Just let everything go. It's the difference between a good goalie and a great goalie. A good goalie's just going to let it get to their head, and a great goalie lets it go. That's all I got to do.
How would you describe this team heading into the MCLA tournament?
We're pumped, and we got a great senior leading class, and we're just ready to tear up California.
Excellent, Jake. Congratulations on being conference champ.
Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. This has been the CU Sports Medicine and Performance Center post-game show. Your final score is Metro State 12, Montana State 9. We'll be back in just about an hour with the Division I championship game from Kittredge Field, BYU and Colorado. For Scott Fields, Max Frater, John Pondas, our engineer, and the rest of the crew. I'm Dan Matthews. An hour from now. So long, everybody.
Move better with Dari, a markerless, predictive motion analytics platform designed to help people avoid injury and achieve their peak performance. Anyone, regardless of age or fitness level, can step in front of the camera system, and Dari will immediately map, collect, and process their musculoskeletal data. Dari captures full body, kinematics, and kinetics, without time-consuming markers, special clothing, or force plates. Unlike marker-based systems, Dari delivers accurate, objective data quickly. This makes it easy to reassess people often and gives quantifiable results for easy comparisons. Dari helps prevent injuries before they happen. Through 19 movements in the functional motion analysis, the Dari technology platform identifies muscle use patterns that can lead to non-contact injuries. Results can be applied the same day as a scan. Dari processes human movement in seconds. The data files are automatically uploaded to a secure cloud-based server and are accessible anytime. Previous technology required waiting days or weeks for results that needed in-depth analysis. Dari delivers a customized, easy-to-read report within minutes of a person's scan. Dari helps people move better. You're invited to schedule an exclusive Dari demonstration and see how Dari is radically transforming movement.
Hey, Edwin, get over there on the squat rack.